Every night at exactly 9:40, she walked into the cafe alone. Same coat, same umbrella, same quiet expression, and every night she ordered the same coffee, dark roast, no sugar. At first I didn't pay much attention to her. People came and went all the time. Students, couples, lonely strangers trying to escape the rain for an hour. But she felt different. Not because she talked. She barely did. Not because she smiled. She almost never smiled. It was the way she waited. Like she expected someone to walk through the door at any moment. The cafe was always quiet at night. Soft jazz playing from old speakers. Rain tapping gently against the windows. The smell of coffee and wet streets drifting inside every time the door opened. Most people found it comforting. But around her table, the silence always felt heavier. She always sat near the window, always the same seat, and every few minutes she looked toward the entrance, not impatiently, hopefully. At first I thought she was waiting for a boyfriend, or maybe a husband, someone late from work, someone stuck in traffic. But after a few weeks, I realized something strange. No one ever came. Still, she kept coming back every night without missing a single one. One evening, the rain was especially heavy. The streets outside looked blurred beneath the streetlights. Most customers left early. By midnight, only the two of us remained, her by the window, me cleaning cups behind the counter. That was the first night she spoke to me. Do you think people can miss a place more than a person? I looked up, surprised. For a moment, I didn't know what to say. Then I laughed softly. I don't know, I admitted. She smiled a little, not happily, more like someone remembering something beautiful that no longer existed. He used to sit there, she said quietly. She pointed toward the empty chair across from her. And suddenly, everything made sense. I didn't ask who he was. Something about her voice made it feel wrong to interrupt. So I just listened. We used to come here every Thursday, she said, even before this place changed owners. She looked around the cafe slowly, like she was seeing two versions of it at once, the present and the memory. He always ordered tea, she continued, and he always complained that my coffee smelled stronger than his. She laughed softly after saying it. A real laugh this time, small, fragile, the kind of laugh people make when they're afraid the memory might disappear if they stop talking about it. Outside, thunder rolled quietly through the city. Rain slid slowly down the windows beside her, and for some reason, the entire cafe suddenly felt smaller, warmer, sadder. What happened to him? I asked carefully. For a moment, she didn't answer. She just stared at the rain, watching the reflection move across the glass. Then finally, he promised he'd come back. That was all she said. Not dead, not gone, just never back. After that night, she started talking more. Not every evening, just sometimes. Small things, stories about rainy walks, late-night conversations, the way he used to hum quietly while reading. Tiny details most people forget after time passes, but she remembered all of them perfectly, and somehow that felt heartbreaking. Weeks passed, then months, and she kept coming back. Always 9:40, always the same coffee, always the same empty chair across from her. Sometimes she smiled at it. Sometimes she looked angry at it. Sometimes she looked like she wanted to cry, but didn't know how anymore. And I think that's when I understood something. Some people don't wait because they believe someone will return. They wait because stopping would feel like losing them completely. One night, Snow began falling outside instead of rain. The streets turned white and quiet. The city looked softer somehow, more distant. 9:40 came, but she never walked through the door. At first I thought she was late. Then midnight came, then closing time. Still nothing. The next night, her seat stayed empty again, and somehow that felt wrong, like the cafe itself noticed, like the room had lost part of its rhythm. A week later, I found something beneath her usual table, a folded receipt, old and worn from being carried too long. On the back, written in fading ink, were the words, "Thank you for waiting with me." That was the last time I ever saw her. But sometimes, on rainy nights, when the cafe grows quiet and the windows blur beneath the streetlights, I still look toward that table, half expecting to see her sitting there, coffee untouched, eyes on the door, still waiting.